In December, it'll be a year since I first did this little setup in the living room. It's not really changed that much. I've been having a great time all year, and you might be able to relate to the fact that, I haven't felt accepted in many places throughout my life. And when I have felt accepted, it's often been through hiding myself. I've never really felt accepted, aside from my immediate family, by anybody who knew that I flapped my hands weirdly in my bedroom sometimes and stuff like that. This. I never would have imagined my whole life that I would ever be sharing these things about myself with anyone, really. I don't know how long I'm going to be able to sit here and do this. I'm trying not to think too much about it because I do obviously feel like it could all go away at any moment. Because I've had a lot of people asking me for it in the comments, and also because I would like to be able to continue doing this for as long as I can, I've decided to launch the Antisocial Club. There are some badges here with our little antisocial mascot. The Antisocial Club is a Patreon with a Discord connected to it. Everybody who joins the Patreon will be able to access the Discord server, even on the lowest tier. In fact, you basically get most of the stuff you get for joining the Patreon on the lowest tier. I'm going to be posting 2 exclusive videos there every single month. And also, everybody who signs up before the 12th of November is gonna get one of these badges or both of these badges, depending on what tier you're on, but I will explain that in a minute. I'm gonna put timestamps if you wanna skip around the video to the bits you're most interested in. First of all, I'm gonna talk about why I've decided to start a Patreon, and I'll also talk a little bit about how it's going to affect the content on this channel going forwards. Second of all, I'm gonna take you through each of the 3 tiers that I have and what you get for joining each of them and how much they are. And thirdly, I'm going to take you on a tour of the Patreon so you can see what it would be like if you actually signed up and how you find all the different things, and the Discord server as well, what that looks like once you're in. Because I had no idea a few months ago what Discord even was, really. When you first go on Discord, it's a bit like... But I like the setup we have over there. I think it's pretty cool, so hopefully you'll like it as well. I'll explain why I chose the name Antisocial. It's not antisocial in, the way that you're going to walk around kicking people, urinating in public. It's not that sort of antisocial, It's more like colloquial, not sociable or less sociable. I'm hoping that the name will also be ironic because this is the nicest group of people on YouTube I've ever been exposed to. And I just think it's crazily ironic that most people watching these videos have either been diagnosed or will go on to be diagnosed or could be diagnosed if they could access diagnosis and if they wanted to be diagnosed as a person with social deficits. I don't know, we're claiming it back, okay? Why have you decided to start a Patreon? Why? Basically because I have too many ideas. I have documents of pages and pages and pages of ideas. And as soon as I start researching for one video, I find stuff for a million others. And then I have this folder on my computer where I save all these interesting studies I find, and there's this article, and you could basically make a whole video around this, and it's just becoming endless. And then when I sit down and I try and think about, okay, what am I going to be posting this month? I'll look up this master list I have of everything I want to do, and it's just so sad. It's so awful having to bloody narrow it down to just basically 4 videos a month. And then I'm like, oh, that's only 52 videos a year. So I'm really hoping the Patreon might be able to fund the creation of more videos. I think twice a week would be amazing, but I'm not going to try that just yet because I don't want to burn out. But I think I might try posting 6 videos instead of 4 videos in November, see whether, people enjoy it or whether it just feels overwhelming to have my face popping up on your feed too much. And I might try doing 1 extra in October as well, actually. Hopefully the Patreon is going to mean that I'm actually posting more on this channel, not less. I never want this extra stuff to take away from the stuff that's available for free here. You might kind of wonder, why do you need a Patreon to fund it? Surely YouTube pays AdSense money and things like that. I mean, I'm sure you've heard many creators speak about that, but this amount varies for every single video on your channel, so it's not a fixed amount, and it also varies every day as well. So it's not just oh yes, this video is valued at this much. It literally changes from day to day. It's about how much advertisers want to bid to appear on your video and stuff like that. And then obviously there are sponsorships. We've had 1 on this channel so far. Hopefully there will be more in the future. Again, with sponsorships, unless you can work out a long-term deal, which larger channels can, you just don't know when they're going to come, whether they're going to keep coming along. And obviously, as you can imagine, I've turned down way more than I've accepted. I've accepted one because a lot of the things that I'm offered are not things that I would ethically agree with or would want to support. Another reason I've decided to start a Patreon is that I really love the concept of it. I love the idea of, you know, giving a little donation towards creators that you really enjoy watching. I am patrons of several channels that I watch, and it's just really nice. I was kind of nervous to first join it, but then it's something really special about being behind that paywall, and people feel a bit more free to say things and they're not performing for an algorithm anymore, and that's just a nice sense of connection once you're in there and you like, oh, you feel a bit sneaky, you like they say things that, you know, maybe they wouldn't have felt comfortable to say on YouTube, and you're like, ooh, kind of makes you feel a bit special, you know. I'm not saying I'm going to be spurting loads of controversial stuff.
Why don't we do an advert where autism speaks and is a demon?
What happens in the antisocial club stays in the antisocial club unless it's bigotry, and then it has to leave the antisocial club. And of course, with having the Discord linked to it, there's a community aspect, and hopefully with it being kind of behind a little bit of a paywall, there'll be less policing needed of the Discord, and, you know, we can keep it a safe environment where not just any random person is in there. I think it really makes sense to have one. I think a lot of us really need a space to communicate with other people like us. I certainly am very excited to be able to chat more with you in the Discord, and I hope more than one person will join. I mean, maybe I can get my husband to join if no one joins, and then we can just chat to each other. He'll be like, what do you want for dinner? And I'll be like, oh, I've already put it in the Discord. What do you get for joining the Patreon? So everybody who joins on every tier will be receiving or both of these snail badges. The reason why I chose a snail, I saw this post on Facebook about autistic glimmers, and on there was saving snails. Anybody who has had to walk with me somewhere on a rainy day will know that like half of that walk will be spent saving snails. I just wish I could save every snail in the world, you know? They're so cute and much easier to handle than slugs. It has a little kind of house, like a little clubhouse, if you will, with, you know, cozy glowing orange light coming from the windows. Maybe I just wanted a snail because it's cute, but I also kind of felt like it's a bit symbolic of being shy or being perceived as shy. Coming out of your shell is used to describe becoming, you know, more comfortable and confident. So I thought that maybe that was quite good. And also, I suppose, unmasking as well to some extent. You could see masking as being in the shell, withdrawn, you know, hiding parts of yourself, and unmasking as coming out. If you join the first tier, which is $4, then you will be called an antisocial snail. Well done. And you will receive this badge, the button badge. Hope you appreciate the color choices. We've got yellow with the contrasting purple. On an ongoing basis, you get quite a lot of other stuff as well. I'm going to be posting 2 exclusive videos there every single month. One exclusive reaction video, and there is one up on there already, and it is 30 minutes of me doing a bit of a deep dive into Autism Speaks. Because of me being from the UK, I didn't really know an awful lot about them. I watched their very old controversial I Am Autism advert.
I am autism. I'm visible in your children, but if I can help it, I am invisible to you until it's too late.
Then I also looked at what their current stance is on that advert, and then a whole bunch of other stuff, like what they have to say about vaccines. Why do they still use the puzzle piece? How much is their CEO paid? And I came to a conclusion about whether or not I think you should support them, and whether or not I think they have changed their ways since they posted that advert in 2009, because that was quite a long time ago. But going forwards, you'll be able to vote for which reaction video you'd like to see every month, and there is a poll up on there already. And then the second exclusive video is going to be an autism advice video where I respond to neurodivergence related problems and questions and dilemmas that you have, and I thought that could be helpful, just kind of one neurodivergent friend to another. Obviously I'm not a medical professional, so there's a line on what I can do. You'll also get access to the Discord server, the Antisocial Club. Everyone who joins the Patreon will get their name in the credits of my videos as well. So you get quite a lot of stuff for basically $1 a week, but I wanted to make it accessible for as many people as possible. I don't want anyone to feel like they have to join. Obviously, do I even have to say that you do not have to join at all? I understand we're in a very difficult financial time right now. I also want you to know, if you want to just join for a little bit and then you might need to like dip in and out, maybe you can only afford to be involved a few times a year, maybe you just want to join for 1 month of a year, feel free to dip in and out. You will be, I think, removed from the Discord. That sounds really dramatic. You will be removed from the Discord, I think, because of the agreement that Patreon and Discord have. When you leave the Patreon, you also leave the Discord. You can leave and you can come back. I don't want you to feel bad You know, if your financial situation changes or anything like that, I would always urge you to pay yourself first and make sure that you are okay first before you start supporting other people online. Obviously, I'm not a charity. I'm doing this because I love it and because it's fun, and I'm hoping that the stuff I put out is beneficial. But mainly, join if you think it's going to be a fun time for you and there's something in it for you and you want to be involved in it, and you also have the means to, and I promise I will always endeavour to keep the price of it as low as I can. So if you want to go up a tier for $7 a month, you can be wonderfully weird. Yay! Again, we're claiming it back. We're claiming back the negative language. If you join Wonderfully Weird, you will receive, I don't want to say I have a favourite, but I do really love this badge. This wooden badge, it's like a dark wood. It's supposed to be more eco. I mean, the most eco thing is no badge, but you know, it thinks it's more eco. I don't know. And I love the way you can see the little bits of wood through. I think it's really cute. You get the 2 exclusive videos, you get the Discord, your name will be mentioned in a more prominent place in the credits. You'll also get a podcast episode every month. Me and my husband are going to do a little podcast. We've done one episode that's up on there already. It's just over an hour long. So we've called it the Autistic podcast because we're going to talk about all things autistic and neurodivergence, but we also have an allistic person in there, my husband. So I don't know, I put those two things together and thought that kind of works. Maybe you don't, but there we are. That's what it's called. And again, there'll be a poll every month for you to be able to choose the topic if you're in that tier. The final tier is called Pathologically Kind. Claiming back that word pathological. If you watch my channel for a while, you'll know why. And it's $11 per month. This one is basically just for people who feel like they have the means to support, who feel like this channel is doing something good and positive, which I hope it is, and I have existential crises about this all the time. If you want to support that, that's super kind, pathologically kind. Some might even say you get both badges if you join before the 12th of November. You get the wooden one and the round button, that's what it's called, yes, button badge. You'll get the 2 exclusive videos, the exclusive podcast episode every month, you'll be able to vote on them all, you'll get the Discord, you'll get your name in the most prominent place in the credits, and you'll also get outtakes and bloopers. My footage for my videos tends to be twice as long as the actual videos, and I often go off on tangents and tell stupid stories, and then I might just upload, like if I find like a funny home video clip that doesn't really fit and stuff like that, I might just, you know, post it up there for those patrons. And then I'm also going to select patrons from that tier, if there are any patrons in that tier, each month, and I will send you a postcard penned in my beautiful dyspraxic handwriting. I feel like it should go without saying, but I just want to say the free content will always be here. You do not have to join. I would never take everything behind a paywall. That would be ridiculous. The only reason the Patreon exists at this point is to try and enable me to be able to post more free content. Even behind the paywall as well, the content is not going anywhere. The snails are slowly slithering away, but the rest of the exclusive content is not going to go anywhere. It's going to remain there behind the paywall on the Patreon. So if you're not in the financial space to sign up right now, you can always do it in the future. You can do it sometime next year. You know, you don't need to panic and do something if you don't have the financial means to be able to do that. Anyway, I don't want to be condescending. I know what it's like to sometimes impulsively do things and then be like, maybe shouldn't have done that. Okay, so now I think it's time for us to go on a tour. So come on, I'll show you around. Come in. That's really cringy, isn't it? Okay, so when you load up the page, when you click the link in the description to patreon.com/I'mAutistic, now what? All is one word with no apostrophe and no comma. Very grammatically incorrect. This is the page that you get to, and we have this snail here looking very, very antisocial. I know nobody here would want to be friends with this guy. He's not cute at all. So we actually have a member already, as you can see here. Somebody joined without me announcing it, which is crazy. I think they commented on the Monotropism video like, I've joined the Patreon, so thank you so much. I feel like you're just alone in this large echoing room right now, and we need to get some more people in there so you have some friends, but thank you so much. It's very kind of you. If you click on the link in the description, you'll see it in your own currency, and these just describe everything I've already said, and you can see I put in bold each time it's a new thing that you get, kind of thing, and then they all have Discord access, as you can see. If you scroll down, you can actually get a bit of a preview of what you'll get, and you could watch previews for some of the videos and the podcast. I think you can listen to the first 30 seconds of it. You can see the first 30 seconds of this video. Autism Speaks, but we kind of wish it didn't. So it's I'm Autism, a reaction to Autism Speaks. You can watch a little bit of the start of it if you want to see what it's like.
Vice President of Autism Speaks said the video got plenty of positive responses from the autism community. Hello thank you so much for joining the Patreon at this.
And yeah, you can see, you can preview some of the little outtakes that I've put on. This was a TikTok that I really liked, and I really liked, you know, my little segment reacting to it, and then I ended up not being able to put it in due to copyright, so I just thought, whatevs, I'll throw it up on Patreon. You can listen to the first 30 seconds of the first episode of the Autistic podcast, which is an hour and 7 minutes long, I think, and yeah, the welcome message. So there's hopefully, I've got quite a lot of other stuff that I'm getting ready to post, a few little extra bits and pieces for the first month as well. And then there's a little about section as well, which basically just summarizes everything that I've said in this video. So yeah, you didn't have to watch me waffle, you could have just read that instead, sorry. So I'll show you what happens when you click become a member. So okay, I guess we're gonna join Pathologically Kind so we can see everything that's available. So then it will say log in and sign up. You can do with Google, Apple, or you can also do it with email, name@gmail.com, and then click continue. So then if you don't have a Patreon account, you'll have to put in your name and set password. And then you'll be able to choose if you want to pay with card or PayPal. It does add on some VAT once you get to this point. I know Americans are used to VAT being hidden. And then you find out what things actually cost with tax when you get to the till. That's not really a thing that we do in England. So for us, it's always like, oh, you've added the VAT. So this is the part where I show you all my bank details. And then it's going to come up with select a shipping address for I'm Autistic Now What. And then you can either put in your address here. Apparently we live in California. Or you can tick here, I prefer not to receive benefits through the mail. So if you want to receive the badges, put in what shipping address you'd like the badge to be sent to here, or badges. On this tier, you'd get both badges. But if you'd prefer not to, then that's completely fine. You can tick this. I suppose you can always message me later on if you change your mind and you do want it sent out, and just let me know what address you'd like me to send it to there. Membership confirmed! You are now a member of I'm Autistic Now What. Get started by exploring the benefits that come with your membership, so we can get started. So right here, you can see that we can connect to Discord. It's right there at the top. Your membership, you can double check what's included in Pathologically Kind here. You can also see the other tiers as well, and you can change tiers if you want after you've signed up. It's easy to cancel and to change tiers as well, so you don't need to worry about that. And if you have any problems with it, you can always message me. And I think Patreon also have support through Twitter as well. So now we can access all the things. So I pinned at the top my first exclusive video. There is going to be another exclusive video going out in October. It's going to be the advice video. I'll do a post about that soon. I don't know whether I'm maybe going to make a separate email address so you can send them in more privately, but if you already have something, you can send it in through messages. You can see here messages on the side, and just message me your question, your dilemma, whatever it is. So yeah, we can watch the full video. It's 30 minutes and 56, and the video here is uploaded directly through Patreon, which means when you go on the app, you should be able to hear the audio of the video once you go off the app. That's one thing I've noticed through being a user. If the creator embeds the video through YouTube, it'll be the same rules as, you know, the YouTube app if you don't have YouTube Premium, where you can't hear the video if you go off the app and start doing something else on your phone. But when you do it through Patreon directly, then you can go off the app, which I like because I find that useful. If I'm doing something else on my phone, like some sort of mindless admin I have to do, I can still carry on listening to whatever I'm listening to, so that's why I decided to do it through there. Then we have a poll. What would you like to see as my next Patreon exclusive reaction video? So you can vote here. You can see these are the options I have for the next one, but you can also comment below if you have another idea. Send me a link to something that you'd like me to do. I had to re-upload the poll because there was an error, but I think the previous person who joined had voted for this one. So far this one's the winner, reacting to a video that Jubilee did. Then we have some outtakes. So we have 6.5 minutes of reacting to girl autism versus boy autism. If you remember when I did TikToks in this outfit, it was supposed to have this one in it, unfortunately, and that's why it was a little bit shorter than my usual TikTok. You can also choose the next episode of the Autistic podcast as well. So I put here, what shall we waffle about for an hour this time? Feel free to comment other suggestions too. So maybe doing an autism questionnaire, doing the monotropism questionnaire with my husband to see the neurotypical versus autistic scores, how our school experiences differed, maybe the story of our weird antisocial wedding, if you want us to kind of continue the story of how we met potentially. And then just a general relationship Q&A, and you can kind of submit maybe if you feel like you need some advice related to relationships and neurodivergence, or if you're just really curious and nosy about something, then you could, you know, vote for that and then submit your questions. And yeah, again, you can just comment if you have other ideas. tier ranking your special interests, outtakes. So yeah, this is my recent tier ranking, or roasting as I called it, the special interests video. I said I kind of regret taking out the meditation section now. I can be a bit ruthless cutting myself down sometimes. If I'm in a bad mood, I think I might get a bit enthusiastic. I don't know, it's always tricky to know what to include and what to take out. And then we have the Autistic podcast episode 1. So yeah, it's 1 hour, 6 minutes, 54 seconds about how we met. You can listen to the little preview on it before you sign up as well. And I've said, yeah, comment your topic requests. And then there's also a little welcome post at the start as well. So there's definitely going to be one more exclusive video this month, and I think I'm going to post outtakes for basically everything I post this month, provided there is some. I know for the video I'm putting up this Sunday, there's definitely outtakes. I've already got those ready and scheduled to go up on the Patreon, so that'll be up for the Pathologically Kind tier. Let's connect to Discord. So if you don't already have an account, you'll need to register for a Discord account. And here we are, we're in. So I'll usually be, obviously I'm autistic now, what, this will be me, but at the moment I'm Meg_1996. So this is the welcome message here. I don't know, it's probably cringy, so I don't want to read that out loud. You can see the rules here, and there's like, you know, funny little emojis. This is a Meg_evil, and we have an evil P here. And it says that breaking these rules could result in a warning, timeout, or ban. You may also be forced to eat at least 4 peas. So you need to be careful there. After you've read the welcome message and the rules, you can introduce yourself here. You don't have to if you don't want to, but you can do. And you can see here, if you click on this emoji symbol at the end, you can, you know, use just the regular emojis, but we also have special emojis. And these are our special antisocial club emojis that we've added. We have welcome, we have a lot of snails, we have the autism creature, we have FPs, which is obviously very important. We have my face doing various expressions. We have, you know, this preferable autism symbol. We don't have the puzzle piece, unfortunately. We have some trans flags and pride flags. We have the very iconic IKEA shark. We have a Minecraft sword, a Pikachu. We've got all sorts of things going on there. We've got some T-Swizzle. We've got a Thomas the Tank Engine. So hopefully you like those, and then you can post, you know, regular old emojis as well. So these are all the different channels, and as you can see, there are loads of video ideas. So this is where you can post if you have any video ideas, whether it's for on the Patreon or also for on the main channel as well. On the Help Me, I might ask you for help as, you know, producers of the channel. I can say which thumbnails you prefer and things like that, and if you can be bothered, you can help me out. You don't have to. So birthdays, there should be a birthday bot which should say happy birthday to you. Me trying to figure out how on earth to deal with bots was an interesting time. Discussion on our favorite and least favorite foods. Apologies for the spelling of favorite if you are American, but that is the correct spelling, alas. We've got info dump section where it's just autistics, do your thing, share anything and everything. We have pets and animals, so you can share your pets or just cute animal pictures that you've seen. Photo dump. I don't know why this is all caps. Have you got a cool photo? Yeah, so outfits, anything that you want other people to see. And then we have neurospicy memes. And yeah, it could end up in a memes video. You never know. We have support and advice. There's a section for diagnosis, masking and unmasking, mental health, rant, vent, where you can, you know, rant and vent. And then we have the fun section. We've got general, we've got anime, arts and crafts. You can post things that you've been working on, anything, whether it's writing, knitting, whatever. Board games, books, collectibles, LGBTQ+. I don't think it let me put a plus there, but plus as well. Movies and TV, music, science and technology, sports. You won't find me there, unfortunately. Special interests. So that's just a more general one. We have Taylor Swift as well. And you can also use the Swiftie bot to play Taylor Swift trivia games. So if you wanted to use the Swiftie bot, you'd click the / and then if you go here, you can see the Swiftie bot. And then there's this. So show off your knowledge of Taylor by answering questions and earning good karma. And then we press enter. I lived and I learned, had you got burned, held out, held on. Which album is this from? It wants to know. Obviously, that's B, Taylor's version, because that's from You All Over Me. It tells you how quickly you answered the question. So then we can click next question and we can do another one. Betty, obviously, innit? It's obviously Betty. I keep wanting to press it there. I've got a list of names and yours in red. Look what you made me do. D. Yes. Yes. And then we have Trains, of course, we had to have trains and video games as well. I think Lewis is going to join my husband and he'll be in there. He's playing, Elden Ring at the moment, so if you're playing that as well, you might enjoy chatting to him about that. Bot spams, this is where you can play bot games and use commands in this channel. Spam is accepted here. A help section if you're having any issues with the antisocial club. You can do quite a lot of things with the bots, but you can type the slash and you start typing birthday. You can add your birthday on here. So you click birthday allow server first, and then you want to click birthday set. So mine is the 12th of April. There we are. So as you can see, it says here, for this server to announce your birthday, you have to run birthday allow server, but we've already done that here, so that's fine. It doesn't matter what order you do it in. And then you get a special color when it's your birthday as well. And then also we have a leveling system. So if you post frequently, you can move to a new role, as they call it on Discord, and your color will change the more active you are, which is quite cool. So yeah, I don't know, obviously it looks a little bit empty now, but I'm excited to be posting in there personally. I'm sure I'm going to be in there every day, at least a little bit. I'm still personally getting to grips with it all, like, you know, the bots and things like that. But yeah, if you want to use one of the bots, you just click slash. This one has all sorts of crazy things. You can suck the blood of another user if you want. I don't know. It depends how antisocial you want to be. You can also meow. And, you know, hopefully we'll add more things over time. But yeah, hopefully it's going to be a really cute little community. I think it's quite simple and clean and easy to use. If you click on settings on the side and then you go under memberships here, you can see what you're signed up to and how much it is, and then view details. I can change my payment method if I want to. You can change your shipping address, so you can add it if you want to after, so you can receive benefits if you change your mind. You can switch to another tier here, and you can also cancel the membership really easily. So you can cancel at any point in time, and it tells me here my next charge date is going to be the 10th of November. As I say, if you want the badges, you have until the 12th of November, so if you need to wait until payday or anything like that, then you have some time. And obviously I'll keep you up to date on the Patreon about where the badges are in production and when they've been dispatched, and let you know when to watch out for your badge. Thank you so much. I hope you think this looks good. I'm really excited about it. I can't really believe it's all real. It's taken a lot of work to put it together. Why is there a bloody train? Did you hear? A train just tried to get in the way of my video.
Thank you so much for watching. I love doing this. I hope that truly comes across. I'm having so much fun here, and I truly hope that the content that I'm making is helping to make the world a little bit better for neurodivergent people. I really hope so. I'll see you on Sunday as normal. Bye!